last couple of minutes requires a sense of urgency. When I mean a sense of urgency, there's a tendency to hear this information and you believe somehow that you have all the time in the world to think about it, to act on it. I think we are gradually passing that stage. We are getting to the point where if this makes sense to you, you have to act as urgently as possible because the opportunity does not wait for anybody. It is delivering result for people. We're here because a company called TAG has essentially brought technology innovations to the financial market. And that technology innovation is cutting across both the Forex market as well as the crypto market. Now, this innovation is not something out of this world, but what they've done essentially is to leverage technology to make it possible that everybody can participate in the Forex market. I'll say that again. What they've done is that they've made it possible for everybody to participate in the Forex market profitably. Everybody without exception. That is possible because people no longer need to worry themselves about education. People don't need to worry themselves about how to take advantage of technology. People don't need to worry about how to have access to liquidity to trade the market profitably because the innovation these guys brought have solved that problem. Now, this is my personal experience in the last couple of weeks and in the last couple of months. Before now, everybody have wanted to learn how to trade. Everybody is excited about learning the chart, the market structure, and all that. And they pay for this training. Some people provide the training for free, but the qualities are not good. Those who are providing some good education are charging on a monthly basis and all that. But today, with this brand called TAG, the education is free and nobody cares about it. Like nobody cares about it. Because the fact of the matter is all of us have one common denominator. We are all interested in earning cash flow from this market. And TAG has made that possible for people, right? So one of the things they've done is to make education free. And now that it's free and available, people are no longer interested. They've also gone a step further to provide a signal group that if you have the time, when I mean time, I mean you have the time for the whole day to participate in trading, they are supporting you with highly profitable working signal by some of the best traders in the world, trading gold specifically, calling those trades. Of course, the significant thing that they've added is to provide an artificial intelligence for us that have consistently delivered results month after month. Now, that AI normally is AI people should pay significant amount of money for, but as usual in this innovation style of TAG, people are having access to that artificial intelligence completely at no cost, right? It might interest you to know that while we're starting this conversation, this AI has already delivered the result for this morning. I had a very important thing to discuss with Mr. Felix about 10 minutes before 8 o'clock. While we're having that conversation, there was no trade. And as I speak to you now, 29 minutes, trade has happened. And so when I say this requires a sense of urgency, you can imagine somebody you told about this yesterday, and the person is thinking about it. Sorry, I need to mute somebody. Sorry, guys, 1 second, please. Okay. So when I talk about sense of urgency, this is what I'm talking about, right? Yesterday night, I was signing up somebody, and I told him he needs to fund the account. And we had some challenges. We had some challenges funding that account. He said he will do it on his way to the airport. Right now, he's on his way to the airport. He hasn't gotten to the airport, and what exactly I told him will happen has happened. A trade has occurred, and that trade is profitable, right? So that's exactly. So this is a practical example of what I'm talking about. That this information does not require. Let me think about it. There's a sense of urgency for people to profit from what is going on. I'll talk more about this AI. But the final thing that is most exciting, if you look at it, that has given us the highest privilege today with this brand called Tag, is that they provided opportunity for a unique type of account called amplified account. So what is an amplified account? An amplified account is an account that gives you access to liquidity. Now, the market so far has tried to solve this problem with funded accounts, prop firm, and all that. And anybody who have gone through those processes, seen the rules and regulations, the do's and don'ts of all those type of accounts, you will tell yourself that that money is not real, it's fake, it's glorified demo. It's a matter of fact, right? But here we're talking about real liquidity. 24x amplified. That's the promotional one. The normal one is what you're seeing on your screen, a capital of 12x. So what does that mean? It means you deposit $1,000, you get $12,000 to participate in the market. Now, this is not prop, there are no conditions. You make profit, minimum $10, you withdraw. So anybody who had funded account 6 a.m. this morning, and by now 8:30 has made money, like the account I'm looking at has made about $115. Right now, this is 8:32. You can actually put withdrawal for this 115 and it will be honored. So there's no question of is the liquidity real, and there's nothing like that. This is what we're talking about. And if you go for the 24x, your 1,000 deposit gets you $24,000. That is how simple this is. And you may want to doubt this innovation. Let me just give you an idea of what has happened in the last 2 months. In March, this broker did $360 billion trading volume. In April that just ended, they did $503 billion trading volume. I just want you to see that growth within a 30 days window. So those who have understood this are working with a sense of urgency, and we should not be left out on acting in our own best interest from what I just shared now. Now, this is the innovation that we're enjoying on the Forex market. Remember, I said this is an innovation across the entire financial market. Now, I want to talk a bit about this AI that is creating this result. This AI is an AI specifically focused on gold trading, right? Now, if you're new here, you may not know about the platform called My FX Book. But if you have tried anything in Forex, you're conversant with this. So for the new people, let me explain. My FX Book is a third-party platform that validates what anybody says about their trading system, about their trading strategy. So in the space, if we want to believe what you're saying, we want you to connect your account to this platform. And when you do, what it allows us to find out is that what you're saying that you're doing is real. So the AI here we're looking at is Sonic AI, right? You can come here and do your further research on this. Sonic AI is an AI that have been trading institutional grade money. We're talking about insurance company, private equity funds, and stuff like that. Now, for them to come and trade for we retail traders, this published since 2024, what their AI have been doing here, starting in November of 2024, right? Up till this month, which is May 2026. If you come here, you see also everything that has happened for the year 2025. But I'll go quickly to run you through some very important numbers here. The first number is this AI monthly output. I hope this is clear. Oh, sorry, guys. One second, please. One second. Okay. So I want to believe we can all see this. So here you will see that this AI have delivered a monthly consistent result of 1.17% on the average. Now, when we talk about 1.17, there's always a reservation, right? Are we here to talk about 1%? Of course, we're here to talk about 1%. The only reason why we don't get comfortable about 1% is that we are funding $100, $200, $500, $1,000. So 1% in a month is $10. It doesn't solve anybody's problem, right? But when you now have access to liquidity provided through the amplified account, then 1% start to make sense. So if you have a 12x amplified account, it means 1% is 12% of your capital. Now we're talking making money. If you're on 24x and you make 1%, we're talking 24%. Now we're talking about making money. Now 1% starts to make sense, right? Let everybody get comfortable with the fact that this market is not for hammer, right? Because every time you chase hammer, the hammer comes back to you. I say this so you have context. The countries in the world, they don't have the same currency. And so long as that is a reality, the forex market will remain open, period. So chasing it to hammer this month, where you know is going to be here in the next 10 years, is doing yourself a disservice. What you want to do is to key into a system that allows you profit on a monthly basis from this market. So your expenses and your livelihood can be funded for it as long as you live, not to hammer, because you will still be here tomorrow, right? So that what makes this consistency of this AI very imperative for each and every one of us. Of course, we don't only talk about the good side, there's a bad side. The bad side is that the market can go against you. It's called risk of trading. So this AI that have produced results consistently for 18 months did that by risking less than 1%. That's profound by any standard whatsoever, right? You made profit consistently for 18 months. While doing that, your risk is less than 1%. If you look here, you see the drawdown is 0.86. For some of us, may have been in the market for 21 years, this is miracle, right? And everybody who is a trader knows that this is fantastic. And for people who are doing trainings to come and hammer in this market for 1 week, forget about that. This is an opportunity for you to become profitable. Like I shared earlier, I was telling somebody, let us activate this account before we sleep. Tomorrow morning, you'll be profitable, right? I already will send a screenshot to him and said, what I told you has happened. You're getting ready to travel, you're on the way, you're going to airport. AI has just delivered the result for us this morning. And if you had a sense of urgency to put $100, $500 in that account yesterday night, this morning you will be in profit. Whether you understand what is Forex, whether you don't understand what is Forex. So when Mr. Felix said invite, is because this is plain and simple to the point that everybody without exception can profit from the financial market. Easy peasy. All at the premium price of free. Now, when we talk about this 24x and 12x account, there's a major conditions to it, which is the drawdown. A 12% account has a maximum drawdown of 10%. So which means you cannot lose more than 10%. And that of 24x has a maximum drawdown of 5%. Now let's look this, and I always suggest people write it down. If you deposit $1,000 and you get $12,000, and they say the maximum drawdown is 10%, so that's $1,200. The same scenario plays out for a 24x, which is 5% drawdown, is also 1,200. Now, here is where it gets interesting. $1,200 is more than your deposit of 1,000. So which means there's an extra $200 that is not your money used to support you to stay in this market and become profitable. Also, that $200 in this example creates a buffer between your own deposit and the liquidity provider's money. So let's be clear, the liquidity provider is not Santa Claus. He gave you that as leverage to have liquidity to attack the market, not to lose the money. So you never get to lose it, right? And that's why the buffer exists between your funds and that liquidity provider's funds. Now, because they're supporting you with liquidity, you must trade a period of 30 days minimum before you have access to your capital. That's the way it works. Money doesn't move without condition, let alone 12x or 24x of money. No, there has to be cost to it. And the only cost here is you have to use this money for 30 days. You can't stay 2 days and say you don't want, because we had other places to send this money to, right? But if we're giving it to you, you have to work with it for 30 days before we can take our money back. That's it, right? Now let's look at this 10% and 5% drawdown, what it means. It's called the risk of ruin, right? So if you look at this risk of ruin, 1 second. Oh, sorry guys, this is loading. It's raining heavily where I am, so network is just a bit clumsy. Mm. Okay, so I don't want this to waste time. Okay, so let's see whether it loads up. But here is the point. When you come here and check this, if it doesn't load up this time, you find out that based on the trading strategy, the risk reward system of this strategy, for us to have a maximum drawdown of 10%, we will be the AI has to lose 78 trades in a row consecutively. 78. For 5% drawdown, it has to lose 38 trades in a row before we hit 5% drawdown. Just let that sink in, that number of trades. You see, that shows you the risk reward ratio and the fund management associated with this AI. Now, what is the actual that has happened in the last 18 months? The AI has done a maximum losing trades of two for 18 months. The AI has not lost 3 trades in a row for the last 18 months of this public reporting. So what that tells me from where I stand is that 38 is far, 78, 79 is far, right? Very far. And the AI trades between 2 to 3 trades normally. Rarely it trades 1 trade, rarely it trades 4 trades. Some days it doesn't even trade at all. So these numbers are very, 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 very far to come. Now I want to entertain you a bit this morning. Um, do this very quickly. So I'm going to share another screen here. Okay. So as you can see, this is the good morning of the morning. This is sale trade on gold. You can see the time. This just closed. And this particular account is a $10,800 account, which was amplified 24x. And if you go to the chart, you can see this trade. Okay, just give me 1 second to put up gold here. So that's it. Can see this sharp entry and sharp exit. That's it. Very quickly, right? This is how it happened. So this account is not a very old account. So you can see this deposit was made on the on the on the 22nd, right? And was amplified 24x. 22nd to now, I think it's 2 weeks. And you can see a $10,800 account have done 1,905. Now, the person who owns this account, you can also see on the 30th, just after 1 week, made a withdrawal of $746. And the action is still going on, right? So if you look at 1,905, let's look at what that means, Numbers are numbers, but they need to make sense, right? So 1,905, am I correct? Yes. Yes. Divided by 10,800 times 100. So guys, it's 17% in 2 weeks. Today has not ended. This is the second week. Today is Friday. Now, I had the option to start this call by telling you my AI made 17% in 2 weeks. It will sound like I'm not a serious character, right? Like I want to hype you on something. But this is fact now that we're talking about. Fact that includes 2 weeks of trading, 1 week of withdrawal. So this is essentially putting in 15 million and withdrawing 1 million on the first 1 week. Completely hands-free. And anybody, no matter the level of your ignorance about the financial market, can participate in this. That's it. And I also want to believe that today, this may not be the last trade for the day, right? If you look at the withdrawal, as you see, there is $1,000, 1,091. The question is, why did the person get 700 and something? Of course, because the platform will take away 30%. So all trades, the owners of the account will keep 70% of the outcome. And that's the other 30% that is taken out. The Sonic AI people take 5%. They're also not Santa Claus are doing this for profit, so they take 5%. And the other 5% is shared within the community. It's called social trading. So everybody benefit from technology working for all of us. Now, the basic requirement is that you must have an account of $250 to participate in that sharing. And make no mistake, Sonic AI delivered $110 million profit in April of 2026. Now do the maths. 25% of that money was put in a pool and shared with people who qualified with $250 and above. Just think about that, Osusu. It comes down every Saturday and you can have it in your wallet by Sunday. So everybody who is in the community is also participating in benefiting from the shared success of this ecosystem. Very simple. So I felt I should share this so you understand. Now, this particular person is not compounding because he's testing something, right? I want to be able to add some more money at some point to now start compounding, right? But he has done withdrawal. So nobody is saying your money has to be tied down, you have to compound and things like that. No. But the reason why we're compounding is simple. And I'm going to show you that also using this account, right? So let me go share a very simple calculator, which everybody on this place can find. It's called, if you go to the calculator site, you'll see this specifically the Forex compound. Let's say we'll have 8,000, 10,800. In 2 weeks, it has already done 17%. So we don't know what it's going to do in the other 2 weeks, right? But I'm just going to leave this at 10% on a monthly basis, right? It has already done 17. And you want this to run for the number of months Sonic AI has run. And you want to compound this monthly. This is what 10K will give you. 10K 800 will produce in 1 year and 6 months. That's almost sixfold of the money. And what I shared with this person to consider compounding on this, because this is somebody who has a very long-term vision. First, I said you don't need to compound in a month, you need to compound on a weekly basis. Right? If you compound on a weekly basis, this is what changes. It goes to 64. So there's an increase. Now, if you have to compound this for 5 years, this morning I felt to use a very big number so that we can all look at our aspirations and the things we want to do with this platform. If you compound this for 60 months, the numbers are crazy. It's $4 million. Now, for those who may not have up to this amount and do 1,080, I just brought that money down 10%. In 60 months, this is what it looks like from compounding. Now, I want you to keep this story of these 5 years in mind because a lot of things are just passing through everybody's mind as I just did this in 5 years. For now, what I will tell you is if you don't plan to die in the next 5 years, please try and take actions that have the potential to create the resources that you use to live in the next 5 years. Please. Things are not going to get better. It's not bad news, it's just reality. Things are not going to get cheaper. It's not that I'm projecting bad things. That's just the reality, and we're seeing it unfold on a daily basis, right? So, what is your plan? Whether it will work or it will not work, that's not the point yet. Because if you don't have at all, we already know that you are doomed. But there is need to make an effort and do something to create a different experience in the next 5 years. Now, I want you to keep these 5 years in mind because when we talk about 5 years, people really immediately they're listening from their experiences. So I've done this, I've done that. This one stayed 2 months, this one stayed 6 months. Those are the thoughts that are going in your mind. I want you to keep these 5 years in mind, and I will say something about it before we round up. Now, I want to finally show you why this is innovation across the financial market, right? Not just on the Forex market, the entire financial market. So whoever invited you to this call will be sharing a link with you, and that link allows you to register an account on a platform called Aitech. Like I said, this is technology innovation. And when you create this account on Aitech, you get to have this smart funnel. This smart funnel is a website that tells people about Sonic AI, gives them information about Sonic AI, but it's tied to your phone number because the contact there takes people to your WhatsApp. Now, this is what it looks like, right? This is what that platform looks like. You get to see a video, you get to see a link to my FX book, you get to see a detailed PDF presentation of what Sonic AI have done with analysis. It's called Copy Gold and Keep the Gains. Like I've shared with you, some of us are enjoying this, and magic is already happening this morning, right? Now, once you get on board with Aitech, you sync your CopyX, which is what I've already explained to you with what is happening in the Forex market. The second option is the Bit1 cryptocurrency exchange. So this ecosystem have also gotten a license and launched a cryptocurrency exchange regulated. It's called Bit1 cryptocurrency exchange. Now, this exchange is specifically designed to do everything, spot trading, futures trading, and all that. But on this particular crypto exchange, this ecosystem is launching very, very soon because a lot has already happened in the last 3 days, showing that we're about to go live on one of the foremost AI in the entire crypto space is coming here. And we're all going to have access to enjoy it for the premium price of every other thing in this ecosystem, which is free. Now, let me tell you why this information is significant. The AI is called Endotech. So because there's a conversation of trying to share the information about this ecosystem, people think it's about what they've done before. I can tell you confidently, it's not. This is powered by a regulated broker, number one. Number two, for this particular AI coming into this platform in crypto, why most of the people don't know about that AI, it is the AI for premium people. The cost of that AI to use it for 1 year is $125,000. Access fee, not for trading. Access fee. That AI started, I think, in 2014. And we'll have people in this room listening to this who are part of this conversation this morning who have been using that AI for 64 months. They might be very generous this morning to share a few things with you about that AI. But once you pay $125,000 for that AI, you are required normally to bring $5 million as the minimum balance in your trading account before they connect the AI. On a promotional basis, it's $500,000. So essentially, most people are out of it. That AI is coming here, and you can position yourself and start accumulating different assets in cryptocurrency, all powered by AI. Now, making this emphasis because this AI, like I said, started in 2014, and somebody on this call have been part of it for more than 5 years. So when you hear this presentation and you start thinking, they've come again, will it last? Yesterday, I made a decision to stop entertaining those questions. Ever. Let me tell you why. When somebody you are thinking whether he's regulated, he's not regulated, will he stay, will he not stay, is he going to be dead, is he going to disappear, goes and buys off a company that started in 2014. A company that have delivered results for people from that time till now. He goes and buys it off 100%. I don't think you should be interested in whether the person has license or whether he's going to die tomorrow. It's gone way past that. That is at emotional level. When you look at activity that is unfolding, right? I mean, this AI is going to be shut down from Binance US, from Kraken, from Coinbase, to come to an exchange that is less than 6 months old. You should know that this person is not joking. And so when insurance, I don't have time for that conversation again. So my encouragement to anybody on this call this morning is call the person who invited you to this call with a sense of urgency, like your life depends on it. And get your registration done and get this account activated this morning. And whatever questions you have, please get it answered while you're enjoying the benefit of what exists. That's pretty much it. There is a need for a sense of urgency to act. Because if you do a registration this minute and get it funded, and in the next 2 hours, they have a trade that comes up, you will participate. And it requires zero knowledge. All it requires is action. And I encourage each and every one of us, please don't waste your time and don't waste hours. Do something to help yourself. We're also expecting the launch of the card, which will be connected to a decentralized wallet. And that will allow you to take your funds directly to the card, whether it's from the crypto or from the Forex, and spend directly from the card. I'm also meant to understand that that platform will come with offshore accounts. And interestingly, one of the countries that will show up there, from what I heard, will be Singapore. So you have an offshore account in Singapore, totally decentralized, running with a Visa card. And I also think that's something amazing that is coming. But it's important to understand that this is an innovation that is helping everybody whether you have knowledge, whether you are busy, whether you're not busy, to become a profitable person who is earning cash flow from the financial market. We already started with Forex and we're very excited that we're about to get crypto onboarded. So, guys, thank you so much for your time this morning. I will yield the floor back to Mr. Felix.
Thank you very much. I think this is super amazing. And of course, this is massive and very phenomenal. And like we've heard, um, you were invited by somebody who felt that this thing is good for you and is very important for you. And that's what he felt for you. That's the truth. And that's why he invited you. The needful you need to do right now is to package yourself and look at how do I get back to this fellow. Thank him first. And secondly, how to go about your registration. And that's going to be very phenomenal. While Dr. Marachi was training us just now, he made mention of something about Endotech. I know a good number of us don't understand what he explained because you may want to see to believe. And we just cleared it out because he said somebody in Amis had account and have been joining this same service, all right, since over 5 years now. And that same person he was talking about is the one talking to you directly now. So not a ghost and not somebody from the white segment because, we blacks is the Igbo people. It's not a Igbo man, it's your brother in Nigeria and talking to you right now. This is Endotech. A flat annual subscription fee of $125,000 is applied for every $5 million with a 25% performance fee. Now listen to me. Why we don't have sense of urgency, according to what Dr. Marachi have just explained to us, I've understood one thing. I've said it out without number equally. I said, he that will go far with you will not stress you. And he that start with you may not end with you. I've understood the fact that the person you thought he needs certain thing, he wants thing that is not needed. Right? And what he needed, he doesn't go for it because he does not know he needs that. Now, for instance, me, when I saw this, because I've been on AI for many years, maybe I added something to us this morning. I've been working on AI, so many of us will not understand. I've been working on AI on a platform, so you can see that me and AI, we are 5 and 6. Look at it. I've been working on AI, and one of my first most AI system that I've been working on, that I'm using for a very long time, was this. So I just want to show you guys something crazy. There's a platform called 3Commas. Yeah, 3Commas, trading bot and automation platform. Now listen, this is a bot that I was using to trade my crypto, and I was using it to accumulate as many crypto as possible. Now guess what? For me to use this, I have to pay. I pay for the AI. Maybe this will enlighten you more. All right, I pay for this. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I, Felix, have been using this boat since about 9 years now. Yes, write it down. 9 good years. Thank God I have somebody, Dr. Machi will laugh. The same man who showed up to use Endotech with me for the past 5 years, he's the same man too who jumped with me on this same 3Commas for the past 9 years. I've been using for partners here, but that person must have been using it for the past 6 to 7 years. So I've used it for like 2 years before many persons even know about it. Does that mean I didn't share it? I do. I share it to everybody. But the point is that I discovered that once what I'm saying is not what the person is looking for, I will struggle to make him to understand. And why will I do that? Now, I'm sharing with you now because I pay for this too. It's a yearly subscription. And it came a time, they now brought a very big amount, but small, and say, if you pay this so amount, all right, if you pay so amount, instead of paying yearly, and to pay yearly on that time, to pay the more professional one as at that time, I think was about $800 or $700 or $900. Now listen, that thing I paid is just for interface. They are not the one trading for me. Maybe we don't understand. I'll have to be the one to do my technical analysis. what they're only doing for me is that I will plug in to come back and see that, okay, they are entering the market and exiting, entry and exiting. But if I don't know how to trade and set the parameters, I will make nothing. So don't get it twisted. So that means, but I kept enjoying it because I still know that there's a power of leverage there. So for you to know that AI situation is not, I'm not new to it, as I've been loving it for a very long time. So while doing this and using this, and I still use this one till today as I'm talking to you, I still have a trade on it. So maybe you will not understand. Now, so as it were, when I saw Endotech, see the change now, see the evolution. Does that mean Endotech was not there? Endotech was there, but I have not seen it. When I saw Endotech, having know that I'm using three commas, that I'm the one to set the trade by myself. And I saw Endotech, no, connect your account to Endotech and do nothing. So they trade for you. I said, this is powerful. And I went to register. I saw the barrier $125,000. Holy Spirit. I told myself, what's this? I was struggling. If I had no means to now set, they now say contact the contact. So you don't, it's not a place you can just register as at those time. So I chat with the support, please. I want to, they gave me the conditions or what is necessary. And they gave me a clause that you pay $125,000, which is not refundable. If we discover that you don't have minimum of $500,000 in your account, we will not connect it. Oh, I said, these are barriers. But I kept researching until one day I saw a platform. And in that platform, people were jumping, they were making a lot of money, they were happy. And when I saw one of our services, we allow you to connect to Endotech with just $5,000 a year. Now, listen, I was looking for means to get into Endotech, but this 125 was a barrier for me. And for that, but I kept looking, how will I get in? So the moment I saw that platform, told me that you can get in, will give you access $5,000 a year. That means what this company have done for me is a giveaway of $120,000. Now, ladies and gentlemen, according to Dr. Rachi, for instance, if you know the sense of urgency, there are questions that will not come across you. That's the truth. Me, I was not saying I would think about it, let me check it. Okay, what if they change their mind? Quickly, I raise the money and I get connected. And one of the fellow in this group again, he's not the type I call and start explaining things to him. I'll just call him. Where are you? Say this. I'm sending you a link now. Register. They say you should pay 5,000. So register and pay the $5,000. When you are done and it's already connected, your account is connected. You can come. I'll put you through. Hello. I've not put him through till today. No time. So I said, but you have connected your account. I said, yes, okay, I'll put you through how this thing work. But the most important thing is so that the account start making money. I've not put him through till today, sir. So I discovered that most people who you waste too much energy on to explain things over and again. I'm sorry, I'm not using this to like demean anybody. They have nothing to offer. That's the truth. Because like me, I only saw it online. Nobody was talking to me. Nobody taught me. I only saw the platform. You can have access. I follow. I was starting with the support. Not that somebody was doing presentation to me, and I had did that, and I have done that. Now this is the point. Because I now saw that 120,000 is a giveaway for me. I jump at it with speed, no limit. I mean, and ladies and gentlemen, in coming in, and I saw that, wow. So I now, do you know how I feel like? I feel like an institution myself. Because why? The same thing, the same platform does not allow anyhow exchange into their platform. I say, wow, I was amazed. And I say, Felix, this is where we come and this is where we be. So why will I be here? Because I have seen the activities that's happening here. I say, no, I don't need to play. I don't need to joke. You can see it's more of greens, just few red. Of course, market is up and down. And then I kept telling myself, this is what I've been looking for. And I run as fast as possible and I picked it. So these are the things that when I now come into tag market, the first thing, if you don't see, the first thing I saw was disruption. Dr. Matthew will always tell you, this is a disruptive agent. I saw disruption. I saw creativity. I saw a kind of future. I said, wow, this is amazing. So while I was already seated and I was onboarded, they were now telling me, we are now having a what we call exclusive deal with a company I suffer, I struggle. Company I pay 5,000 to, I'm still loyal to them and say, thank you very much for this ample opportunity. And then another company say, you are even thanking the person you pay $5,000. I'm bringing it to you, don't pay. Maybe that will give you an understanding. What Felix paid 5,000 to get, and he was still grateful till today to those people. Now, a company is now bringing it to you and said, with our power, we have sealed them. That's the same thing on Sonic AI. Many of you don't know. Sonic have been trading before Tag Market collected them. So that means what they were looking for is the person who are the best of what they do. If you go to Endotech and seal deal, then that means what they do is a powerful thing that they look for the best for their client. So, ladies and gentlemen, so that means you are among the few privileged one. So if you take it, if you press it down with your under your feet with this type of information, I'm not saying I don't put a threat to say you regret, but later you think about it. What did I do? And let me now tell you the number of people I told about Endotech when I got started. Some did a lot of research and told me that it's a scam and all of that. Do you know why I didn't argue with them? And that's just like what Dr. Martin had make mention now. Why did he made up his mind not to have anything to do with arguing with somebody who is not going anywhere? Do you know why? Now, someone like me now, Endotech start trading on Bit1 exchange. And as they start trading, you are not seeing the activities any other place but on Bit1 exchange. And I give you privileged information, say you want to make money, connect and sign up and all that. You begin to ask me, Felix, are you sure? I've told somebody in a Zoom like this, I say, wait for the next 2 years. Since our tag market is just getting to 3 years now, it's a new baby, but disruptive in the market. And I've seen brokers that are about 20 years now are now trying to copy what the tag market is doing. What I told the person, I said, well, traditionally they will tell you want to see company that will still maintain their standard, let them pass the first phase of 5 years if they can pass the hurdles. I told the person honorably, generously, I said, don't do anything. Register, don't put a money, don't put a dime. Wait for another 2 years. You know why? It is better to lose by lost than to lose by miss. When you miss an opportunity, you will not be able to tell the story. You'll be ashamed of yourself. You know why? It messed up your total intelligence you thought you have. It messed up your overknow that you think you know. And then that you now see somebody who think he does not know will now be commanding powerful result. And that's exactly. Why did I not go back to those people I told about Endotech? Maybe what they will now make them to know about Endotech today, maybe is tag market. But do you know what? I pay to join Endotech. These people now, maybe when they come, they'll say, tag market, are you sure they are real for that? They will miss the free. So, ladies and gentlemen, a word is enough for a wise. So, someone like me trying to tell you about Endotech, I'm not going to I'm not going to tell you over conviction. Hey, thank you. This betting is reminding me of something. I was talking about the three commerce. They now brought a bumper opportunity. What's the bumper opportunity? They say now that you are paying $900 every year, they now brought an opportunity and say if you can pay at once, listen to me, oh, if you can pay at once, we are going window of opportunity for you to register and have 10 years subscription with $1,500. Oh, yes. Now, a lot of people say, it's too much, it's too expensive. I did. Only that same person again joined me to do. And then within few weeks, they now finish the promo. I told the person, I said, this is the worst mistake. If you know about Toyota, the Toyota Corolla, that small one in Nigeria, they call it cocaine, is the worst mistake Toyota will say they have ever made because fuel consumption, everything. So you can see that they stopped producing that car since 2007. Why? Because it's not going to allow them have another one produced, especially if it's for Nigeria, because it's not giving problems. So why will you buy another one? So I told him, I said, this is a mistake they made. They didn't know that some of us are going to maximize it. Till today, they didn't bring that opportunity again. So it now made us to now, what we are paying $900 yearly, it now made us to be paying $150 because we pay for it for 10 years. It's still running. So, gentlemen and ladies, a slacker may be a loser. So thank you very much. So you need to ask questions